Good evening, everyone. Before all this happens, however, they will seize and persecute you. They will hand you over to the synagogues and to prisons, and they will have you led before kings and governors because of my name. It will lead to your giving testimony. Remember, you are not to prepare your defense beforehand. For I myself shall give you a wisdom in speaking that all your adversaries will be powerless to resist or refute. Luke 21, verses 12 to 15. It could be said that these are among the least consoling words that Jesus ever spoke. Imagine what his disciples would have thought upon hearing this. Some of them might have changed their minds about following Jesus and walked away. Why would anyone want to be seized and persecuted or thrown into prison? Jesus even went on to say that they will put some of you to death. Though these words might not at first seem all that consoling, they were inspired words and therefore must be inspiring. By analogy, imagine an army general in charge of troops defending their families and homeland from hostile invaders. If that general were to say similar words to the troops, acknowledging that some of them would be captured and even killed, it would be a reality check for sure. But it would also inspire a certain courage and drive. In that moment, the soldiers would need courage to face the challenge that awaited them. Therefore, by being honest with them, the general would stir up their courage and strengthen their resolve to enter the battle. We must hear Jesus' words today as his battle cry, spoken to encourage us. He is warning us that the secular and unchristian world will be hostile. The leader of the kingdom of darkness, the devil, is very active and with his legion of demons and followers is seeking to destroy us. For our part, we must decide whether we will retreat and hide or enter the battle for the salvation of souls. Instead of shying away from the various forms of persecution we may experience, we may need to allow our Lord to stir up a courage within us that is fueled by love. We must deeply desire the salvation of every soul and remain certain that the only way to salvation is through fidelity to Christ. When you are challenged by others or by the world, you must trust in Jesus' words. I myself shall give you a wisdom in speaking that all your adversaries will be powerless to resist or refute. When we resist and refute the errors of our age, some people will become hostile. But if we remain faithful to our Lord and speak by his inspiration, then those who are hostile will be affected for the good. Because Jesus said that people will not be able to resist or refute the words he inspires us to say, we must know that our words can make a difference in the battle for souls. We must engage the battle with courage and love and rely upon our Lord to lead. Reflect today upon the fact that we are all in a battle for the salvation of souls, beginning with our own. We cannot be passive bystanders. We must move forward with much courage and strength. We must trust in the guidance given to us by our Lord. We must be open to the words he will inspire us to speak when needed. Resolve to follow our Lord into this holy battle, and he will equip you with all you need to be victorious. And God bless you.
Mga kapatid sa pananampalataya, nandito po tayo ngayon sa 33 linggo ng karaniwang panahon. Isang linggo na kung saan tinututukan po natin patungkol sa kulaliang bagay sa katapusan ng mundo. Subalit itinuturo sa ating mga pagbasa, mga kapatid, na ang katapusan ng mundo ay hindi ibig sabihin ang pagkasira, ang pagkaguho. Sa unang pagbasa, mga kapatid, matutunghayan po natin ang pagdating ng ating Panginoon, na kung saan itutuwid niya ang lahat na kabuktutan sa mundo. Tatapusin niya ang kabuktutan at ang lahat ay magagalap at masasaya. Ika mo. Hindi paghihirap ang tanda ng pagdating ng ating Panginoon. Subalit, ang pagdating ng Panginoon ay nagbabadya ng pagpuksa ng kadiliman sa pagpapalaya, pagpapagaling at paghahari ng katarungan. Ika na. Kaya nga po sa pangalawang pagbasa, sinasabi ni San Pablo na tuluyan tayong manampalataya. Patuloy tayong manindigan at magpapatotoo kay Kristo. Alalong bagay, ito'y nakikita hindi lamang sa ating mga sinasabi, pagkustanwala sa ating mga kilos, sa ating mga galaw, sa ating pagpapahayag ng ating pananampalataya. Sa Ebanghelyo, pinag-usapan din naman ang pagwakas ng mundo sa pamagitan ng pagguho ng templo. Ang mga alagad ng Panginoon ay natatakot, nabalisa. Subalit ang Panginoon ay nagsasabi sa kanilang, huwag kayong matatakot, huwag kayong mabahala, manalig sa akin, hindi ko kayo pababayaan. Sinasabi nating Panginoon na bibigyan niya ang kanyang mga alagad ang karunungan tuwing makakaranas sila ng iba yung pagsubok, pag-uusig, kahirapan. Tayo man din, mga kapatid, nakakaalam ng buhay dito sa mundo ay pasamantala lamang. Darating ang panahon na magwawakas ang lahat. Darating ang panahon na babalik tayo sa Kanya. Darating ang panahon na kumbagay lahat na meron po tayo na ipundar, ari-arian ay maglaho. Sa makatuwid sa madaling sabi, dapat po nating mag-ibayuhin, ipaghanda ang ating sarili at ang makamta natin ang tunay at wagas ng kilagayahan sa piling ng ating Panginoon Diyos. Sana po sa linggong ito, bago tayo pumasok sa panahong Adbiento, pagkatapos ng kapistahan ng Kristong Hari, titignan po natin o sisahin po natin, ipaghanda natin ang sarili higit na ang ating mga kaluluwa, ating pakipagtungo, pakipagtagpo ang ating Panginoon, at maibigay natin ating sarili kahit paman sa gitna ng takot, pagdadalawang isip, pagkabalisa sa mga kasalukuyang nangyayari. Subalit ang Diyos ay Diyos na buhay, Diyos na nakikibahagi, nakikisangkot sa ating pagkikibaka. Blessed evening po, mga kapatid sa pananampalataya.